everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be working on the beginner's makeup routine, full face glam. So I know there are plenty of beginners tutorial YouTube. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube on the beginner's makeup, but I really wanted to do a beginner's makeup for the high glam. So instead of just having a powder and a, maybe an eyeliner, I wanted to take it up a notch and actually teach you guys and show you guys how I learned and how I achieved that high glam even though I was a beginner. So I really wanted to work it and show you that it is not that hard. You just need to have right tools and a little bit of time to practice, but it is not so hard to achieve. So if you're interested in how to achieve this full face glam, stay tuned. Alright you guys, so today we're learning to do how to do makeup for the beginners, and since you are a beginner, I'm assuming we are starting from scratch. So the most important thing to do in any makeup application, it is that you have really paid attention to your skin. So if that means that before night or even prior to applying makeup you want to do a face mask, or you want to go ahead and scrub so your pores actually turn out to be a lot more smoother than what they normally are, that would be A+, and it will definitely make your skin look flawless. Another thing you want to do is you really want to make sure that your skin is moisturized. Go ahead and grab your moisturizer and apply that all over. Once the moisturizer is done, if you have a problem part, like for me it would be under my eyes dryness, I'm gonna go ahead and pay extra attention to that, so when it comes to makeup application, that problem does not ruin my makeup. You also want to pay attention to your lips as well, as I'm going to go ahead and beforehand apply my Vaseline Lip Therapy in Rose. Go ahead and apply your lip balm of your choice, and the reason why you have to do this step, so by the time it's time for you to apply your lipstick, your lips are nicely prepped, moisturized, and soft. Next step is to smoothen out any of the pores that you have on your skin. Usually people are into the primers, but lately they are getting into the shea balms as well. Believe it or not, this is one that they have been really raving about, and I actually bought it just to try it, although it smells so good and it definitely feels expensive because it is a glass bottle. You can use any primer of your. Some of my favorite ones that I highly recommend is Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Also Smashbox Photo Finish is one of my favorite, and Radiance Primer Japanese. This right here will give you dewy finish. So this is something I was wanting to try, so I'm going to go ahead and today use this instead. This right here is Nivea Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Because I really do have pore problems, so I'm still going to go ahead and take a little bit of primer and apply that only around my T-zone area. Now we're going to go ahead and conceal our flaws. So anywhere you see darkness, any of the blueness that you see, any of the maybe birthmark or any of the acne marks, anything that you want to hide on your face, now is the time to do so. So basically on my skin, particularly today, you can see that I have like some darkness and blueness around my nose area, mainly on this side. Then I also have blueness over here around my lip area. That is probably because of my hairline. Then I also have darker spots here and under eye circles, obviously, and that's pretty much is it that I really like to conceal when it comes to hiding anything. To hide, what I really suggest you do is you find an orange base salmon concealer or something like that. So one of the best ones that I really like to use to do that is LA Color Orange Corrector is one of the good ones. NYX Cosmetics also has dark circle concealer as well that I really like to use. And another technique that I like to use is a concealer that is thicker, so more of a creamy version like this one, and you want to take a tone darker than your skin tone. This one is by far my most favorite of them when it comes to choosing a darker tone concealer to hide my flaws, and this one is by the Balm Cosmetics. This is medium, but anyhow it actually comes out to be just a tone darker than my skin tone, which makes it perfect to hide my flaws. So what I like to do is I like to take my pot and take any concealer brush or any brush of your choice. I just like to take generous amount of product and apply that under my eyes or wherever I want to hide the darkness or any of other problems. And you really want to press that into the skin like so. Now again, if you don't have any of these problems, or if you are okay and you don't want to work all this much doing your makeup, you may absolutely skip this step. Once you're done, you may use your fingers to blend this into your skin like so, or you can also use your brush to actually further blend this, or foundation brush would be great. I actually like to use a beauty blender. Absolutely love this product. This is something that actually will make your product blend a lot more smoother, faster, and flawless. So as you can see, I literally just went over and it blended it all in no time. And this is another reason why I like to use this. It also takes any of the excess products. So say if you applied a little bit extra, this will also take that away as well. And it will also make your skin look dewy, which is always the look that I like to go for. So basically, if you want to do less makeup, you want to go ahead and hide your flaws, put on your brows, and just set the concealer part with a translucent powder or so, and you're good to go. Next step is to actually apply your foundation. Go ahead and take a foundation that is exact match to your skin tone, or however you like to wear it. I really like to actually experiment, so sometimes I like to wear a darker foundation just so when I apply my lighter concealer to actually contour my face, it is actually better. It doesn't make me look pale. So that's what I like to do. But this one right here is Sephora 10-Hour Perfect Wear Foundation. The color I have here is medium 31. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a shake real well. Go ahead and pump that on the back of my hand, and 2 pumps should do it. This is my Real Technique foundation buffing brush, expert face brush actually. I'm going to go ahead and apply that all over my face, and as you can see, it is just a tone darker than my skin tone, which is okay because I purchased this online, so I couldn't really match it. But anyhow, now that I have it, I really definitely don't want to waste it. I like to make things work, and that is what it's all about. I'm going to go ahead and take a lighter concealer, and actually when I'm doing my contour of my face, this foundation will look exact my skin tone by the time I'm done with it. Once the foundation is applied, I like to go back with my beauty blender and further blend this, and also take any excess product off. Now if you want, you can definitely skip this next step that I'm about to do, which is the contour and highlight part, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to do so for those who are interested in that. Now if your foundation matches to your skin tone, you can definitely apply powder and finish your brows and lips, and you're good to go from here. But let's go ahead and contour our face. When it comes to highlighting my face, I really like concealer in a tone or two lighter than my skin, depending on the foundation color I choose. Like today it would be 2 tone lighter than what I'm wearing today. So the one I'd really like to use is by Maybelline. This is in neutralizer, and seriously, I go really quick, really fast with these things. I'm gonna go ahead and the next one that I really like to use is e.l.f. Cosmetics HD Lifting Concealer. This is also a very, very good one as well, and the color I have here is Brightening. Next one is Boo Boo Cover Up Concealer, and the color I have here, actually there's no name on it. So the next one I really like to use is NYX Cosmetics HD Concealer in CW04, which is 2 tones lighter than my skin. And another one is Stila in Medium, and also LA Girls Pro Concealer in Creamy Beige, the best friend here. Seriously, I absolutely love this product. It is a full coverage concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight using the neutralizer by Maybelline Cosmetics for you guys today. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it all the way up and apply that under my eyes. Now again, you don't have to apply this much. You can definitely choose to apply less product, but again, this is why I'm into this much makeup, because I love makeup. So let's go ahead and do that. Any of the areas that you like to bring forward is where you want to highlight. So I really like to concentrate on, because I have a smaller forehead, I want to make that appear a little bit larger than what it normally is. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little highlight onto my forehead. I want to contour my nose, make it more skinnier, and a little bit of my lip. It'll give the illusion of having fuller lips. And because I have darker areas around my lips, I'm going to go ahead and conceal a little bit around that as well. and just a tiny bit here, so it will give the illusion of having a little bit of a longer chin. So instead of having a round face in the end, it will look more of a slimmer and longer face. And if you want, you can do very lightly over here as well. Now if you have a rounder face like me, you definitely want to skip taking this highlight all the way to the outside. You want to keep it all the way into your center in a V shape, more towards on your nose. Go ahead and blend it. Now the blending technique that I have been using, I really like to very light hint blend this. This will not take any of the product off, but it will just blend it very lightly and it'll give you much better highlight. Now you can definitely go ahead and do a wet contour, which means darker concealer to actually contour and create a shadow effect on your face. But I definitely want to skip the step for the beginners because that can be a little bit messy. Next step is to actually set all of this in place as soon as you're done applying the concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and take a translucent powder to actually set the under eye concealer because I have a drier under eye area, so I want to make sure that it is not cakey. It is very nice, soft and subtle. What I really love is actually Laura Mercier translucent powder, so I'm going to go ahead and take that onto a Sigma tapered highlighting F35 brush, and you want to look up and actually press this into the skin instead of buffing it. Now if you're into the full coverage, then you want to go ahead and use a powder foundation for this next step. But if you want to get a light coverage, translucent powder would be your best bet. I'm going to go ahead and take a foundation powder in Natural. This is my very favorite foundation powder by NYX Cosmetics. It comes in this kind of packaging and I absolutely love it. It really feels like butter on your face. Just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and further set this concealer, and this will also brighten the under eye. The next step is to take a foundation powder or translucent, depending on your choice. This one is Warm Beige by the same brand and everything. This is in my exact skin tone color and I absolutely love using this for this purpose. I'm going to go and take that onto a powder brush and apply wherever we have not applied powder. Next step is to bronze up your face to give it a very nice sunny glow to it. So go ahead and take this bronzer by NYC and apply that pretty much wherever you want to get that sunny glow onto your face. So that would be higher points on my cheeks, my forehead. And this will also make your skin look very natural instead of all this cakey and white makeup and stuff that's happening. The next step is to actually contour your skin, and this is something I am new to, so let's see how that's gonna go. It feels really good to touch. So this one is Wet n Wild contour palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that onto my Sigma Beauty contour brush, and whoa, that is pigmented. It just, yeah. Tap off the excess. You want to take it very lightly and kind of in a stroke. Apply that to the outer part of your cheek. And the one way to find out where exactly you're applying this is it starts probably on top of the ear of yours. It's the, you know, where this bone ends. Go ahead and apply that, and I really like to go in a buffing motion, taking it upwards. And I like my contour to come all the way down here. I'm going to go ahead and contour the jaw area as well, and I like to take it all the way up and connect it here because this will make my face look a lot more slimmer as well. Let's go ahead and contour our nose. For that, I'm going to go ahead and take the lighter shade from this palette and also take another color and mix them two together, tap off the excess and just contour. Once the contour is done, go ahead and take a clean brush and just blend this. Go ahead and take a stippling brush and blend everything in. This step is very important because this brush right here is absolutely magic. I love to blend everything as one, and that way it doesn't look like products everywhere. So this is a very good brush. As you can see that I have contoured, I know I shouldn't have contoured my nose here, but anyhow, I have contoured this side of my face, and this side of my face I have not contoured, and you can see the huge difference as to how slimming this side of my face looks and this one not. So I'm going to go ahead and finish contouring this side and I'll be right back. So today, not only that we're trying to teach you guys, for the beginners, how exactly to achieve that high glam makeup, but I'm also trying out the new products that I recently purchased. So two things in one video. In one video. So I'm going to go ahead and try my Wet n Wild Illuminating Palette. This is a new formula highlighter palette that they got, and I absolutely love the first one right here. This one reminds me of Too Faced Candlelight Glow Powder. So if you have not checked this out, I would highly recommend it, especially just for this side. The rest of the other colors I really can care less about, but this one really speaks to me. Go ahead and take my Morphe M500 brush. This is the one I really like to highlight with. I'm gonna go ahead and take that onto this side of the palette, and that's pigmented, like literally. I probably have to tone it down just a tad bit on top of here, but that is pigmented. Oh my gosh, do you see? You really need to check this palette out. I'm gonna go ahead and apply just a tad bit onto the tip of my nose. I'm very satisfied with this palette. So next part is to do your brows. You can definitely go ahead and opt in for brow pencils that are out in the market, or brow pomades, or brow powders, whatever that you are comfortable with. Today, not only that I'm showing you tricks for the beginners, but I'm also wanting to use as affordable products as possible, and also the easiest steps possible. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Cargo Cosmetics. This is an eyeshadow called Columbia, very natural brown, perfect for eyebrows. I got this as a freebie from when I made a purchase at Ulta.com, and I really was like, I'm not sure, this is too dark, what the heck am I going to do with this? And I ended up using it as a brow, and this houses in my brow products now. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and comb my brows, and then take my Milani wax pencil and set everything in place. And I know this is a very highly requested video of mine, so I really want to know if any of you from India or Indians living in US, whatever, but if you want to watch this into Hindi, then I would love to dub this for you guys. So just leave it down in the comment box for me. I'm going to go ahead and take my angled brow brush into this product, and I'm going to fill this in. Go ahead and brush the front half of your brow to make it look a lot more lighter than the rest of it, which will make it look nice and natural. Now the next step is completely optional. I'm going to go ahead and take any concealer of your choice. This one is e.l.f. Cosmetics, my go-to concealer to do this step. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit on the back of my hand. With my Bare Minerals brush, I'm just going to carve it out. You don't have to do this step. I'm just going to go ahead and do that for those who are interested in it. I just like to take that as close as possible to the hairline and then kind of clean that up if I have accidentally placed a product that does not need to be there or something like that. So that pretty much cleans it and give it a more of a sharper and precise look. You can do the same step onto the top of your brow as well. Once your brows are done, next step is to do your eyes, my most favorite part that definitely brings any look together. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually prep my eye. One of my favorite products to apply is NYX eyeshadow base in Skin Tone. This is my go-to one. As you can see, I've already emptied like a couple of them. I'm going to go ahead and take that onto a BH Cosmetics brush, and I really like to apply generous amount. You really want to make sure that you apply generous amount, but not too much and not too little at all, and apply that all the way to the concealer that you put in place. You can also use a concealer if you like that will do the same job as an eyeshadow base as well. So before it creases, I'm going to go ahead and take a lighter color to set it all in place, mainly where I actually crease. Now, if you want to apply darker color on your eyes, then you definitely want to make sure that you do the eyes first before your face, or apply extra amount of powder under your eyes so you can clean that off later. Today we're going to go ahead and work on a very smoky look, but easy to do for anybody, even the beginners. The palette I like to use today is Land Down Under by Cargo Cosmetics, my recent purchase, and this is another reason why I wanted to use this one, because I wanted to try this and stuff like that and give you guys another palette to look forward to. This one right here, it Domain, is pretty green. That's really speaking spring to me, so I'm going to go ahead and work with that today. So what I'm going to do is, for any look, you really need a transition color. A transition color is something that goes before any of the other colors, so that way you have a base to work with, and it will also make your other colors blend well among one another and look flawless. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this color called Koala, which is this right here on top of this pretty blue, and I'm gonna take that on my E40 Sigma Tapered blending brush. I'm gonna go ahead and place that onto my crease and blend it. Another important step is that to achieve any flawless look, that you have to have the right tools to do so, because speaking from my own experience, when I didn't have any of these Sigma brushes or any of that, I mean, my basic brushes were, seriously, all the brushes that I had was pretty much this brushes. I don't even know what brand this is. I believe I purchased this at Walgreens in high school, and I still have some of the brushes. They did hold pretty well, just not your everyday look achievable brushes. So you definitely want to invest in some of the good brushes and different kind of brushes to achieve the looks that you're going for. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and then at the end you want to feather it outwards like this. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone. For that, I really like to take any flat shading brush, concealer brush would do. The colors I'm using is by Lorac Makeup Pro palette, and you can pick any of the colors of your choice. Just needs to be a tad bit lighter than what you're going for onto your lid, just to kind of highlight. To further darken it, if you want to do that, that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a flat defining shading brush. This one is right here by Crown Brushes. Go ahead and take the Domain color from this palette. Once this part is done, go ahead and switch to a skinnier brush. This one is Blending E25 by Sigma Beauty, and I'm going to go ahead and take the color called the Rocks from this palette, and I'm just going to take that onto the tip of this brush, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to blend the outer edges of the color that you see. And you're just going to go back and forth motion, very light-handed, and you're just going to blend the line that you see of that color, so it kind of blends into the transition shade. Go back with the blending brush with no product on. I'm just going to further blend the two colors together. For the liner, I really like to work with something, a felt tip liner like Tarte Cosmetics liner. This is a very easy for beginners to do and create a winged liner or any liner effect. And the other of mine is New York City color in Jet Black. So I'm going to go ahead and take the felt tip liner first and just outline my, as close as possible to the lash line. And there you have it. That is a line look, and it was done in no time with this particular liner. It is a very awesome felt tip liner. I would highly recommend checking this product out, or anything that is this kind of a liner would be great. I'm gonna go ahead and create a wing effect because that is what I prefer. And And once this part is done, I like to switch my liners and go back with the NYC liner because the hardest part is done and over with. Go ahead and curl your lashes and apply your mascara. Now that the both eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and take a kohl pencil. This one is by Lancome Black Coffee. I'm going to go ahead and rub that on the back of my hand, warm it up a little bit, and I'm going to go in tight line. Take the Sigma Blending E25 same brush, time an orangey earth tone brown color, if that makes sense, which will be from the Lorac Makeup Pro 2 palette. I'm going to go ahead and mix the tangerine, and I'm also going to mix the tawny color together. Tap off the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the lower lash line in a windshield wiper motion. Apply a white eyeliner into my waterline. This one is by Ulta Beauty. Go ahead and warm it up on the back of your hand and then apply. Now going to go ahead and take a black brown eyeliner. This one is also by Ulta Beauty. Warm it up on the back of your hand, and I'm going to apply that to the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil brush. This one is by Sigma Beauty. I'm going to go ahead and take the color called Saddle, which is this color right here, and I'm also going to mix that with the color called Goji, and tap off the excess and blend this liner that we put in place. With the blending brush, I'm going to make sure everything is blended well. I'm going to take the Saddle and Tangerine from the Makeup Pro palette and just smoke out the outer half of the crease. Going back with the blending brush, just blend this outer line. For the lips, I definitely want to do something new today. I'm going to go ahead and take the Ulta lip liner in flat. The lipstick I choose to use today is by Essence Cosmetics. It's called Almost Real number 3. I'm going to go ahead and take that. For the blush, I'm going to go ahead and take my Milani Powder Blush number 1 in Romantic Rose. Now that the lashes are on, I'm going to go ahead and take the color called Beach from this palette, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight my inner corner. Just realized that we have not done that yet. Alright you guys, so this pretty much is it for today's Get Ready With Me for Beginners Makeup Full Face Glam, and I really wanted to use the techniques and tools that are easier to purchase and easier to do and easier to achieve, and hopefully you enjoyed it and learned something from it and will apply it in your daily routine. And if you have any questions, suggestions, requests, don't forget to leave them down in the comment box for me. I would love to help you out and create a look for you guys. This is why I'm here, and again, you know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up so I would know what you think of this video, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Bye bye.